everyone is celebrating Figma's massive IPO. But they just made one of the biggest pricing mistakes in Wall Street history, leaving over $3 billion on the table. I was analyzing Figma's IPO aftermath, and as a pricing strategy, this is a textbook case of catastrophic underpricing. Ajit and I just did a deep dive on Figma's pricing strategy, link below. But this IPO pricing is a completely different lesson altogether. So we all know Figma priced their IPO at $33 per share, giving them a $19.3 billion valuation. The stock immediately surged 255% to $115.50, tripling their market cap to $67 billion. That means they left over $3 billion on the table, with Figma alone missing out over $1 billion in proceeds. The IPO was 40x subscribed, which means demand was screaming that 33 was way too low. Now, this is not just an IPO problem. It's a pricing psychology problem that happens in SaaS all the time. When you are drastically underpriced, you are not being customer friendly, you are transferring value to people who don't really deserve it. Bill Gurley called this a refusal to match supply and demand. The underwriters here deliberately ignored market signals because the traditional IPO process benefits banks and institutional investors, not the company going public. Now, here is what most people miss. This wasn't incompetent. It was quite intentional. Current IPO system is designed to create these pops that make headlines and enrich connected investors. Figma could have raised 1.4 billion instead of 400 million if they had priced correctly. That's over $1 billion in lost proceeds. This is why smart companies like Spotify choose direct listings. They cut out the middleman who profits from the underpricing. The lesson for your SaaS: when demand massively exceeds supply, do not feel guilty about raising prices. Market signals exist for a reason. If customers are beating down your door and you have a waitlist, you are probably underpriced. Figma's IPO mistake shows what happens when you ignore market demand. Ironically, their product pricing strategy was actually brilliant. I break down exactly how they justified an $18 billion valuation in my other video, link in comments. Price to capture the value you create, not to make institutional investors rich. Drop a comment if you want me to audit whether you are leaving money on the table like Figma just did. I am Akhil from Monetizely.